You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Perfect.
We had one hell of an AEW show last night. Sammy Guevara and Cody are bananas. I mean that in a good way. The orange one, technically, but not technically, got a win over Mr. Adam Cole, baby. Wow, we got a lot going on in this show. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. But first, y'all know the drill. Check out my socials.
Perfect.
Follow me, RJD at RJD10K on Instagram, RJ699 on the Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat, and most importantly, follow What the Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor as well. Follow What the Wrestling on YouTube. I know I said that already. I said it again. All right, let's not waste any more time, y'all. Let's go. Yes, 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 'tis I. Totally messed that up. Shit. 'Tis I, RJD. I don't got the Rona, but I'm still coughing, goddammit. RJD here. Welcome. Get the ice out of my mouth. Welcome to What the Wrestling. Here's where we talk about all things wrestling. I am your host, RJD, here once again for another AEW Dynamite review. What a hellacious show. This show was out of control. Jesus Christ. We had ourselves probably, well, let's not even waste any time. We had ourselves probably one of the best ladder matches in the last 20 years. Now, there are not many ladder matches that are memorable. They all pretty much blend in at this point. Because, you see in one ladder match, you see in them all. But there are certain ladder matches that stand out. NXT ladder match with Ricochet. I think it was Ricochet, Adam Cole. The one that Adam Cole won for the first North American title championship. That one was memorable. Another one that I remember, obviously, those TLC matches back in the day with the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian. And this one is going to be extremely memorable because it was probably had the highlight of the year with Sammy Guevara. But let's get into it. We had ourselves a good old-fashioned ladder match to crown a new TNT undisputed TNT champion, Sammy Guevara, Cody Rhodes. Cody still getting a mixture of boos and cheers. Even Sammy got some boos in here. But after this match, they started off slow. But After this match went to the outside, all that shit went out the window. So once they took this match to the outside, that's when shit got real. They battled. They had a nice back and forth, and then they battled to the outside. Cody, after they battled through the crowd, they ended up coming back. Cody ended up, I think, clotheslining. I think it was a clothesline. He clotheslined Sammy Guevara over the guardrail. Sammy Guevara then did a springboard stunner off the guardrail, which was crazy. And that had to suck for real.
Nope.
Oh, hell no!
Because that's concrete floor. And listen, in a regular wrestling ring, probably not that bad, but you're doing a springboard cutter to the floor and your shoulder and back. Oh, as the cat decides to join us. Your shoulder and cat. You hear me? What the hell am I talking about?
You stupid.
Your shoulder and back end up lying on the floor. That had to suck. Back in the ring, Cody delivered a superplex. Now, this is after they brawled to the outside and brawled back into the ring. This was the first major spot of the match. Cody muscled up Sammy Guevara from the top of that extremely high ladder. That ladder had to be 12, 13 feet. And he had him superplexed, muscled up, and they both fell. At that point, at that height, it sucked for both of them. That was the first major spot of the match, where I was like,
Stop it. Get some help.
oh, it gets better. So that huge pop from the crowd, everybody going crazy, let's go. Everybody going bananas. It's a beautiful thing. Then shit got real. It's like they went from 0 to 5,000 in 5 seconds. It was crazy. So after that, huge pop. Went to a commercial break. Well deserved. Came back from break. Cody had the ladder upside down, and he kind of suplexed forward Sammy Guevara onto the metal parts, the in between of a ladder, and that had to suck too. I'm surprised he didn't get cut up from that. But then he later put the figure 4 on Mr. Guevara through a ladder, which was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Pretty nice to see. Then Cody hit some chops. Cody had some chops. Guevara had a comeback with a pair of clotheslines, but Cody dropped him, stayed in control of the match, and then it happened. So Cody's going up a ladder. There's a ladder in the middle of the ring directly below the belts. There's another ladder in the corner closest to that ladder. So Sammy Guevara's crazy ass decides to do a springboard from the corner, from the ropes, onto the front ladder, jump from the top of that ladder, and hit a goddamn cutter from the top rope, both men crashing down. Holy shit. I legit jumped out of my seat and said, Jesus Christ! I'm sure the neighbors heard me. That was insane.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I legit jumped out of my seat when I saw him do that. Props, first of all.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man.
I don't have the answers for that. Holy shit. When I saw that, I said, there's no way he's not injured. Like, first of all, if Sammy Guevara is not nicked up or banged up or hurt, minorly, even minorly hurt in any way, I'd be shocked. Cody as well, because they both took some hellacious bumps. You know, they like to say the ladder matches take, time off of your careers. That may well be true. That might be true, because that was a hellacious bump. It's one of the craziest things I've seen in the past. The only thing I can remember that is as crazy as that is the spear from Edge to Jeff Hardy when he was hanging in that ladder match, when he was hanging. that I legit jumped out of my seat. It was craziness. So after that, everybody's down. Craziness. Everybody's going. Crowd is going ape shit at this point. Both wrestlers tried to get back up. Cody tried to get out. Both guys are in pain. Cody recovered. But Sammy joined him on the ladder, so both guys have recovered at this point. And both men tried to climb for the ladder, and then the ladder ended. They both are hanging up at this point. So they're hanging from where the belts are supposed to be up there. And they're just both hanging there, chilling out. I guess a ref moved the ladder so that they didn't crash onto it. And shout out to the refs. The refs were awesome in this match. The refs really made sure, first of all, respect my authority. I respect the refs because the refs were holding the ladders because, you know, ladders are sturdy, they're unstable, and the refs were really, really an integral part in this match. Like, you didn't even notice them, which was great because they were holding the ladders to give them extra support, but they didn't take away from the match because you didn't really notice them. So shout out to the refs in this match. That the refs did a major part. And both men ended up falling from the top. They just fell because they were dangling and they fell. So nothing to report there. But then at this point in the match, Fuego del Sol comes out. And
Stupid.
we didn't need Fuego del Sol. Cody begins to take control and he begins to punish Sammy Guevara on the outside. He's about to do something dastardly and heelish. Fuego del Sol talks him out of it. He says, listen, man, go win the goddamn match. Leave him alone. Don't hurt him. Go win the match. So he gets in the ring. Cody gets in the ring. And then Cody says, you know what? Kick to the gut. Tiger Driver 98. And that wiped out Fuego del Sol. He took a hellacious bump. Shout out to Fuego for taking that bump. That was awesome. After that, Tiger Driver 98. Sammy got back in the ring and he tried to get hit. He tried to get the Tiger Driver 98, but he counted it, went to the outside. Cody followed him out there, and he hit Cody with a go to hell, the GTH. And once he hit him with it, you heard him get kneed in the forehead. That had to suck. So he went back out there, put Cody on. Then he put Cody on this crazy ass ladder. That was a ladder bridge. That was on the ring. It was from the ring to basically where the guardrail was. You know, that front aisle at the wrestling shows where it has the padding. It was from there to the ring. It was a very big ladder. He put Cody on it, and then he says, you know, I'm a little crazy. So he does the Swanton Bomb, Jeff Hardy style, onto Cody. Only one problem. One small problem. The goddamn ladder didn't break. Oh, hell no. So not only did the ladder basically said,
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm not breaking, dum-dum. So Cody, that had to suck for him because the ladder didn't break. So he took the full brunt of Sammy doing the Swanton Bomb from a very, very high ladder. That ladder had to be about 12, 13 feet high, and he did a Swanton Bomb from that onto the ladder bridge that Cody was on. But then Sammy bounced. He basically whiplashed off of Cody. His neck went like this. He bounced off of Cody and then basically flipped onto the floor. That had to suck. That had to suck. For real, for real. I did miss the point where there was a crossroads. What are these guys doing?
You stupid.
It was a crossroads from Cody from about the middle of the ladders to the floor, and then right after that is when they went out. Cody and Sammy went outside, and he was about to hurt Sammy, and Fuego came out. But that crossroads sucked because Sammy hit it. He smacked his face right on the mat, and that looked like it really hurt. So fast forward. After the Swanton Bomb, both men are sitting there half dead, and they both fight their way back up. And at this point, you kind of knew it was the finish. They fight their way back up to the top of the ladder. They're fighting, punching, and Sammy takes the bar that the belts are on and whacks Cody in the head. He gets hit with the title belt. He falls to the floor. And Sammy Guevara wins the biggest match of his career. And he is your new undisputed TNT champion. Two things. I am glad both guys are okay because this match was crazy. This is the type of match where it's like, I hope nobody comes out of this with no long-term injuries, but this was rough. And both of these guys, they deserve another Don DeMarco for real. They deserve another Don DeMarco because they went out there and they left it all on the line. They weren't playing. They weren't coming in bullshitting. They went in there to put on a show, and put on the show they did. Shout out to both these guys. They're both awesome. And fact of the matter is, I also was wondering, who the hell's going to follow this? I don't want to follow this. Like, I'm not trying to follow them.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
Hell no, I'm not. Tony Khan would have been like, all right, you're up. I would have been like, nope.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Not following that. Nope. But I think they had the perfect name to follow this match. It was Wardlow against two jobbers. Now, what I did not know is Wardlow is from Cleveland. So he got a huge hometown ovation. Huge ovation for Wardlow. He told Sean Spears, stay on the ramp. This match went as follows. We had a clothesline, a shoulder tackle. We had 2 power bombs. We had 3 power bombs. We had 1 power bomb onto another guy. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Let's go home. So, shout out to Wardlow. He beat Alexander and Dean, 2 local jobbers. Good for him. I love the crowd reaction to this because they love Wardlow because he's a hometown boy. But they also love Wardlow because they know when he gets his hands on MJF and he leaves the Pinnacle, he's going to be a babyface to remember. Probably might push him to the championship if he gets over enough. Might push him to the championship. We'll see. Then we had a trios match. Chris Jericho and Santana and Ortiz versus 2.0 and Garcia. Daniel Garcia. I want to just shout out 2.0. 2.0.
Surprise, motherfucker.
They were in NXT, right? They weren't getting no love, weren't getting no burn. They come to AEW. They're on TV most weeks. They're on Rampage. They literally they have a steady gig. They have a good thing going with Garcia and them two pairing up. Like they really came up after. Like they really came up. They came up. Leaving NXT probably the greatest thing ever happened to them. And they're like the perfect irritating heels. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Yo, I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to you, Mox. I gotta talk to you, Eddie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to those guys. Those guys are great. Shout out to those guys. So this match was all about Santana and Ortiz not trusting Mr. Jericho. Jericho tried to start off the match. I think Santana tagged himself in. This was all story here. The biggest story takeaway here was at the end, Ortiz got isolated for most of the match, but he tagged in Santana. Santana had the hot tag. He had a chance to tag Jericho on Santana. He tagged Santana, and Santana ran wild. After the fact, Chris Jericho, he just stood there. He smiled. He said, you know what? That's how it's going to be. That's what you guys are going to do. And he looked on from the apron. Now, when things broke down, it might have been one of the 2.0 guys. He was going for his finisher, but he got pushed by Santana, I believe, and he stuck his head out of it. He got pushed to the ropes, and when he got to the ropes, Jericho hit the Judas effect, and then Santana and Ortiz hit their finisher, and that was all she wrote. And Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz got the win. So this is great. I like this. They have been talks of an inner circle split. Sammy Guevara is doing his own thing. Santana and Ortiz have been lost in the shuffle, which is blasphemous. It's blasphemous that they've been lost in the shuffle. But I think Jake Hager, we haven't seen him in a minute. Jericho has really got nothing to do besides team with Proud and Powerful. But Proud and Powerful should be tag champs by now. They should be tag champs by now. They are too good not to be tag champs. So for AEW, I gotta keep it a stack. Y'all messing up on Santana and Ortiz, but now that they're doing this with Jericho, maybe this will propel them to leave the inner circle and then go get tag team gold later on in the year. So I am looking forward to that. Shout out to Jericho too for his facial expressions. Then we had Mr. Punk. CM Punk came down to talk some shit. So CM Punk came down and he said, listen, I tried to, you guys tired of me yet? They was like, hell no, we ain't tired of you. Listen, you've been going 7 years. We're not tired of you, bro. Let's stop it.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
No, we are not tired of Mr. Punk. So, Mr. Punk comes down. He's saying, you guys are not tired of me. You guys, I'll try to come down like a badass, but you guys made me smile. Hold on, I got something to show you. Takes off his hoodie. He has MJF scarf. He said he says he found them 5 for 12 on 12 for 5 on 5 for 12 on eBay or Amazon. He said he saw them on sale. So he said this says made in Long Island, so you know it was made of low quality. And then MJF came out and said, cut my music. So he's saying, listen, MJF basically said, listen, we're going to have, the whole premise of this promo was, he says, Punk is going to abandon the fans like he abandoned the fans before. He talked junk about Punk. He said everybody wants to see the match, but they're not going to save the match for a cesspool like Cleveland. He got an asshole chant for that, so good for him. Then he ended up saying, listen, I'm going to fight him, but I'm not going to fight him now. I'm going to fight him in Chicago, and I'm going to beat him in Chicago. So
stop the cap.
We'll see if it happens. AEW, if this is WWE, I'd be like, there's no way that's happening. But AEW, it's going to happen. So he comes out, he talks some more junk. He's saying, what else was he saying about Punk? He was saying that the fans don't love, Punk said the fans don't love him because he wins or loses. The fans love him because he continues to get back up, just like Cleveland. And MJF said, listen, you want to fight right now? Let's test that theory. So MJF said, let's test that theory, and then the Pinnacle came out, Wardlow, FTR, and Shawn Spears. They all attacked Punk. They beat him down. Wardlow hit him with a power, ordered him to power bomb him on the chair, and he didn't want to do it. Wardlow had like the facial expressions, like I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. But at the end of the day,
Gotcha, bitch.
he power bombed him anyway. So he power bombed him. He got Shawn Spears hit him with the chair. They put the beat down on Punk, and then he said he sat on him, and he sat on his chest, Indian style, a la Bullet Club, a la CM Punk, 2011 Money in the Bank. Sat on his chest in the middle of the ring and said, "I'll see you in Chicago." So good stuff here. A lot of people are saying it wasn't as good as it could have been, but I do think they got to hurry up and have this match because you can't keep prolonging this forever. Eventually, these guys got to fight, and you cannot get all the way to Revolution and have them hold this feud up with promos because it's going to get old. So I think in 2 weeks' time, it's the perfect time to do this. It's the perfect time to knock it out. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Let's get it done, and let's get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper!
So, Red Velvet versus legit Layla Hirsch. I like Layla Hirsch. I like Red Velvet. But this match could have been better. They worked hard. It's just something was missing. So Layla Hirsch, at the end of it all, got the roll up by grabbing the tights for the win. Then she started beating down on Red Velvet. Chris Statlander came out, made the save, chased her up the ring, and that was great. So Statlander, Layla Hirsch, I'm here for that. I love Statlander. Layla Hirsch is great. Awesome stuff. Then we had Malachi Black and Brody King with a House of Black promo vignette. I'm loving these House of Black vignettes with Malachi, and now that Brody King is involved, I love these things. And the ending line here was just like the House of Black, like death. And then Brody King walked away. Malachi Black said, "It's inevitable." So I love the fact that they said, "Pac, we invited you into the House of Black and you rejected us. Now we're going to kick your ass." So Layla Hirsch got the win. Good vignette by Malachi and Brody King. Awesome shit. Good stuff. Then we had a Britt Baker promo, which we kind of didn't need. But Britt Baker is, first of all, Britt Baker on the mic.
Oh, yeah!
Love it. But, want to keep it a buck, we did not need this promo.
Nope.
I thought somebody was going to come out, or they were at least going to tease the next challenger or something. But they didn't do shit. Like, they didn't do shit here. They just had Britt Baker talk about her accolades, Pro Wrestling Illustrated award covers, Most Improved Wrestler award she got. She got cheap heat with the fans, talking about Baker Mayfield. She was like she's gone 9 matches or won 9 matches or something like that. And then she said 9 is a special number for Cleveland because it was the amount of times Baker Mayfield was sacked when they faced Pittsburgh. Which, if that's the case,
you stupid.
That offensive line sucks. They got sacked 9 times. I mean, 50 got shot 9 times. Shout out to 50. But if you got sacked 9 times, means your offensive line is shit. So, with that being said, she said a very good line. She said, "I'm the only Baker worth shit that's winning shit," or something like that. That was a great line. So she came out in her Britsburg gold and black, shitted on, cut a heel promo, shitted on the crowd, but shitted on Baker Mayfield. But that was all it was. And at the end, she said, "I'm still the Dr. Britt Baker, DMD," and walked out, and that was all she wrote. So I thought somebody was going to come out and be like,
"Surprise, motherfucker."
But nope, nobody came out. So I don't know what else to expect here. I don't know what else is going down here. But I was hoping that they would have something else. But there was nothing. Then we had the lights out match. Orange Cassidy, the Orange One, versus Adam Cole. Baby. Adam Cole is still undefeated because this is a lights out match. It does not count. So it does not go towards her win-loss record. So that's fine. Then, so there was a lot going on in this match. We had Orange Cassidy. I love when Orange Cassidy gets fired up. We had a lot going on here. Just back and forth stuff. I'm not going to go through it all, but I'll go through it from here. So we had a fired up Cassidy. He hit an orange punch, but Cole had injured his hand earlier in the match. Cole, seeing this, was incapacitated, but got up, tried to hit Cassidy with a low blow, but Cassidy revealed he had a steel cup in his trunks. Hold on. I don't know why more people don't do that. You know somebody's hitting you in the nuts over and over and over. Get a goddamn cup. Shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura. That was his whole shtick for like a whole year and a half. A couple of years ago. Anyway, Cassidy revealed the steel cup with thumbtacks, and he delivered a Panama Sunrise for a 2 count. He wrapped the steel chain around his fist to go for another orange punch, but Adam Cole got the hell out of there. The fight spilled backstage where Cole ended up basically F5 attitude adjustment. he hit Mr. Cassidy with attitude adjustment through a table. It wasn't a Death Valley driver. It was an attitude adjustment. But he only got the 2 count. They came back into the arena. Cole hit him with a super kick, and then he was gonna hit him with the boom, but Cassidy caught him with a super kick, and he ran into the stage light. Cole then tried to toss. He then tried to toss the light into Mr. Cassidy, and then he went all the way up to the top, but he lost sight of him. But Orange Cassidy had followed him up to the top of this light fixture. He followed him up to the top. When they both got up there, Adam Cole, not knowing what was going on, he got hit with a low blow right in the nuts, right in the kisser. So that had to suck.
Nope.
But it makes sense because Cole has been hitting him in the dick for like a month now. So it's fine that he got his comeuppance. So after that, he gave him a huge hug. Cassidy gave him a huge hug. He tried to run, but he was like, and then he just fell out of frame. They fell through a crash pad that was basically on the floor, and Orange Cassidy was on top of Adam Cole, and Cole got counted for the 1, 2, 3. So Adam Cole lost to Orange Cassidy. This was not so much violent, but it was a very good fun match. It was like a fun brawl, if that makes sense. It was very fun. It was very like Orange Cassidy-ish, but with a little bit of violence, which is fine, because Orange Cassidy's great. I love Orange Cassidy, and the fact that there was a little bit of violence, with the low blows and then the Panama Sunrises and the super kicks and the chain wrapped around the fist and the steps getting kicked on Cassidy's hand. So there was some violence here, but it was a fun match, a good main event. But I don't know how anything on this show tops that ladder match. Nothing tops that ladder match. But it was good to see all the guys out there.
Give me a hell yeah!
That was great. Good stuff. So that was your AEW Dynamite. It was fantastic. It was awesome. I cannot be mad at anything that happened on this show. It was a solid show. Not the greatest, but not the worst. And that's all she wrote. So check out my socials. Before I go, don't forget to hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we starting the YouTube channel over. You know that by now. We're going to start doing more live streams again. I promise you. I'm just working on some things so they could be to the best quality of my ability, and they could be the best that I can do. I don't want to bring y'all subpar shit. So, with that being said, hit the like button, follow me on social media, and be safe out there. I am out. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.